Hi everyone, it's Jeanette, Crafty Dork, back with some more crafting of the Op Shop journal challenge that Nat and Deb are doing over on Journal Junksters Down Under. This, I showed you the things I was going to use, and yesterday I started filming and got going on this one, but didn't work out. So this is my first one of my pages anyway. What I did with that flower, I showed you that I bought the bag of flowers and that I had the netting type material. To me it looks a bit like shade cloth, so I'm going to back every page with that. And then the little strip that I cut off, I may as well show you what I did, hey? It's very simple. Excuse the needle in the mouth. So I basically I gessoed the back, the book pages, as you can see under there. Lined the back with book page, and then that was the base for my page. Then with a gardening book that I found called Bunnings Australian Gardener, each section, oh there you go, has one of these pages. So I decided to use that as the front page, and this is just going to have 4 pages, and it's going to be joined probably with a hole punched and some seam binding or some ribbon or something at the back. Now all I did with this was went across the bottom like that, pulled it tight. Whoops. Why is that doing it? Isn't it always the way that this happens when you're doing a tutorial? There was a bit of a knot or something there. Pulled it across, so I went in through that loop. Just tightened that off. Then just ran across the bottom. And I should have a little thimble or something on because it's going to get caught in my finger. And when I finished doing this, I just pulled it around into a circle, and then I had some of the gesso left over. Oh God, it's going to be painful for you to watch, isn't it? I had some of the gesso left over, so I decided to, oh, for goodness sake, to just dab that over the to dab it over the lace. Oh, just let that go and pull it through, and just give it a little bit of colour so that it sort of looked like the I'll just do it this way, it'll be easier, won't it? The colour of the page, and I was just going to use it as that and then just put a button on the top of it. And but then I remembered those brown flowers, and I thought it just sort of brought in the darker brown on the page, and then the rickrack at the bottom just brought in the brown from, you know, top to bottom sort of thing. So that was my methodology there. The piece down at the bottom here, that was a piece of lace curtaining, and I just went over that with a bit of Vintage Photo 2 just to bring it all. So I'm going to basically have it like a sepia tone, and my thoughts with this is that I'm just going to keep it for myself, and nearly to the finish of this, and write on the back of it. So I just basically pulled it tight, joined it up on this side again, pulled it around, and that's twisted because it would, into a little shape, and then just a couple of stitches over the back just to hold it together. Like that, because you do put a bit of glue to glue it down. Yeah, so I'm just going to use it for my own personal use, just to oh, now it's gone. There, and just a little dab of glue, just to document some of the things that I've got in my garden. So I've got some bulbs and just where they are, what they're doing, and then I will, what's that, hun? I'm videoing.
Strongest glue you got.
Strongest glue I've got. There you go. What are you gluing up? Oh, right. There you go. He thinks my crafting is a waste of time and money, but he comes in, oh look. But you get the gist of what's happened. And then, that was a waste of time too, wasn't it? So he might be right. The flower just sits on top of that, just to give a bit of texture behind. So that was the front. This is the back. I've just folded, where are those? I've got a book page. I've got them all ready to do some with you later. A book page, folded it up, folded it over, and decorated it. So that's for us to do a little bit later, whether it's today or not. So the flower that we made the other day, I just pop that on there. That is the original page. And then on the inside, for a bit of strength, I just put some book page so that you can journal on that, and a little bit of picture down here of Ikebana. And then I just another little bit of texture across here with that, I'll call it shade cloth material, the curtain material. So that's on there. I've left this open at the back in case I want to pop a tag in there. And just to finish it off today, excuse me reaching over there, I'll just put that away so I don't forget it. I'll just clear the decks. Okay. So this is about the bulb garden. So I just wanted to drop the ruler. Okay. This with that. This is the ruler that I made using the discarded ripper on the baking paper. I think I've got a tutorial somewhere on that. I should, I don't know if it's a tutorial. I have to think about that, whether it's a tutorial or whether I just talked about it. I can't remember. That's what happens when you get old, isn't it? I'm 65 this year, and I thought I was going to retire, but you know, the government's done all that change, and that's put kibosh to that, hasn't it? But not to worry, life goes on. At least we're here to complain about it. Whoops. Oh, gee. Hands don't want to work either. Stop whinging, Jeanette. Positive, that's what my word for this year is, positive. Okay, so got that, and we'll ink around it, and then just pop a little bit of that netting behind it just to tone it all together. Where is it? Here. Got a couple of little pieces that I've got here. Is that going to be enough? Yep. Now he's got me glue. I think I've got enough in this one. I might just pop that across. No, I won't. I don't want it across the top whole lot. Yeah. Hope everyone's safe and all from the fires, and not stressing too much about loved ones that are in dire straits. It's absolutely horrific, isn't it? We've got the Kangaroo Island fire here, and here in Wallaroo we have a cruise ship that's been coming in the last. Well, this is the third. We had it diverted because of low tides or something here a little while ago. It goes to us, and then it goes down to Port Lincoln, and then it goes over to Kangaroo Island, and I don't know, they're sort of on alert because they probably won't be able to get down there. So that means that all those guys that, you know, set up markets, they usually have a big market here and set it all up so that you know, people can see local people of, you know, what they make in the local area, and information about the area. And so I guess Kangaroo Island's going to, those people that do that down there are going to miss out as well, which is very, very sad. Okay. There we go. So that just finishes that off. So that'll be that side, and it'll flip over and I can journal there. And also in there, I did find this little book too. It was 50 cents at the op shop. Where's my wet one? It's got some really nice little pieces like that in there. So whether, you know, I was thinking of popping something like that there. But if there's any bulbs, I think it's pretty much cottage garden and plantain. I think that's the same. Oh no, there's another, it's a bit different on that one. But we'll think about that. So I've got those options of just popping a little bit of something there if it'll just add a bit of interest. You can see I've used a few of these little flowers, which are, I suppose we could add some colour, couldn't we? Oh, look at that, that's beautiful. Okay, no, we won't. Okay, so that's that one. We'll pop that aside. And what I was going to do for the front cover is, where are you? Where are you? Yes. So this will be the front, not the cover, but the front page. Good Gardening, I think that was the title of this one. And I thought I'll just show you how I put that other page together. So I used the book page, and as you can see I've gessoed over that. I've left this plain because I'm going to pop that on the back of it, like so. We'll do that first, get that out of the way, and then it's done, isn't it? So we pop that in. Just pop that under there so I can get it all. not all over my mat, all that silicone mat, it all comes off. Got those from Cheapest Chips, had them at one stage for, I think it was $5 or something. And a group of us, that my girls that craft here, we went and got a load of them each, and you know, because I use them in the oven as well. And they're not doing them anymore, but they are just so good to, you know, you've got your Tim Holtz ones that are, you know, $20–30 or something, and these $5 ones are absolutely brilliant, and that's gone down the, we've used, I'll just put my other one, I've got it out so I wouldn't, there it is way back here, I wouldn't be fluffing around, and all I've done is fluff around, isn't it? But that's what you get with me, eh? Real crafting. That's what I do. Just, there we go. So that's done. And just line up the corner there and down there, and the rest should follow. I'm not allowed to use that, am I? Because it's what you get in an op shop. How about that? That's a bubble. That's okay. So you're going shopping.
What's this? Preserved fruit.
Preserved fruit.
What's preserved?
In the tins, jars. Like the peaches we had last night. Know what I mean?
The tin fruit on top.
I put preserved fruit on the shopping list and he didn't know what it was. So I had to explain. He said if you put tin fruit on, I'd know. Oh, I love him. Okay, so we'll just even that up. So he's off to do the shopping. We were out in the garden this morning. We've got at our front area, we don't want it so that we've got to water a lot. And we've got a lot of frangipanis, and I've popped in a whole load of little Tom Thumb lawn bits, and they are taking off something incredible. We're really wrapped in it. So we went and got another 3 punnets and decided to pop those down this morning because it's nice and cool. They'll be fine. And I got out and did that before I came in here. So what I do with this netting is just pop some of this down, because I'm putting other bits and pieces over the top. It'll just sort of hold it in place enough. And then just trim around it. There we go, and that's pulled down from the top. And I'll just wriggle that up there. Beautiful. And I am thinking about sewing around the edges of it, of the paper, so that will hold it down again. Now I've got my little piece here. Ink around there. It's very basic, but it's effective. I think it would be quite effective. I've got this, and I've also got another little piece of curtaining. I don't know if they called it scrimors, I don't know, something they called it. And I just thought it looked a little bit like a lattice fence. So I'm thinking of popping a piece of that down the side. And as a lattice fence down the side. Yep, I'm going to do it. I really used all this. It's just such a neutral type of material. Yeah, so we'll use that there. He's gone off shopping and he didn't bring my glue back. I might have to go over to the cupboard and get another one out. That's, I'll stick that down. Now we'll do this bit on the back of this one. And then by using this glue here, it will stick through the fibres and hold it all in place. So there we go. And I think I might stick to the theme with the rick-rack through it. I quite like the idea of that. Okay, so do that. You can see these my I acquired from an old aunt that well, she's still alive. She's going into a nursing home, and she used to sew. She was in her 90s. Used to sew beautifully, and she sewed for, I think it was everybody in the town that knew Clarice and her sewing. She's just amazing. And when she went into the nursing home, her daughter, a great friend of mine, asked me if I'd like some of her bits and pieces, which, you know, we all jump at those sort of things. And I just think of her every time I use her bits and pieces. It's just beautiful. So I just pop that down with the glue. And here's a little bit of seepage, but like you saw with that rubber, I just go along with that rubber and rub it out afterwards. And then this one, this is a little bit fiddlier, but we do it. I just go along and put a little dab in the sure there's some still in there. Just a moment, I'll just get it out. That's the last one. Looks like I need to go to Spotlight and get some more. Okay, so then I just push this in. It's a little bit bigger than the white. But it works. So just pop that, push that in. I think it might be, well, it seems the same material that it's made out of. Just chop that off there. Now, we could do that flower. Wonder if we can do it second time lucky. Thought I was being smart, didn't I? I'm having it done. Okay, let's go again. Go into that little part there. I think it pulled out because I did the bottom rung and it sort of was fraying a bit, so we'll see how we go. Flip through this part because it's going to be a bit boring for you, I'm sure. And I'm not sure how to edit yet. I am going to look into doing Movie Maker or whatever, so that I can edit a bit. You'd think my grandson did start to show me, but it just didn't work out the way I thought it was going to. So I've got a feeling this needle might be a little bit dicky too. If that's not going into the hole, sometimes that's not helping either. So there we go, nearly there. Okay. There we go. Put those two ends together. There we go. So not perfect, but doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm not going to gesso this one because it's going to go on that as well. So I just put a bit more, a big blob, and then push that down. So like I said, this is very basic. Another big blob there, and just pop that on top, and it just gives a little bit of texture behind that little flower. Okay, now I'll just cut around. And it will be finished. So hopefully you're all going to join in and have a bit of fun. Whip over and have a look at Junk Journal Junksters Down Under, and the challenge that was popped out to Nat, or hop over to Nat and Deb's page, a video channel. I'll put their links in below so that you can whip over and have a look at their videos that they're doing for the challenge. I think Deb's, I'm not sure, she said she thinks she's going to do one, but she's not 100%, but Nat is definitely doing one because it's it was put out to her to do it. And there's also a couple of other girls, Marion, somebody else is doing it. So bit of fun, and just ink around the edges there. Well, how much time have we got? And I think that might be it because it's half an hour. And I will come back and show you how I do the envelope for the back. So there's our page. That's going to be on the front. Not sure if this one I might put the Good Gardening on the front. Yeah, I might do that, but we'll do that in the next video because it's over 30 minutes. And I'm having trouble with downloading the length of time it's taking at the minute. So I will love and leave you, and hope you all have a great day. Enjoy crafting. Happy crafting. Until next time. Bye.